Were you ever told sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt you? If you were, it's a load of bullshit. Words can hurt. Words can cut like a knife. And I've had, throughout my lifetime, almost 40 years, hurtful words break me. However, in a way they're good to break you, because when you pick yourself up, when you prove those accusations and those words wrong, you don't not get hurt like that stupid saying, you get better. And then when similar words are thrown in your direction, or accusations, etc., it's water off a duck's back, and it's easier to move on. Now that's more of a mouthful than that sticks and stones, but that's the healthier way to do so. Of course, sometimes words can break us and then we stay broken. We stay rock bottom and living fake lives. And if you're sick and tired of the bullshit and the lies and the nonsense, I want to level up through personal truth and being held accountable, join my free community, the No Bullshit Society. The link is in the description and in the pinned comment down below. Ironically, the bullies, the nasty, toxic people who told me these things throughout my life all played a significant part, but also caused me a lot of pain and a lot of trauma and a lot of suffering. Did therapy help? Not for me. Did the power of positivity? No, that's bullshit. Did confronting them, maybe for about 5 minutes, and then afterwards you just feel guilty for being so triggered? None of these things work. Reframing doesn't work. What is better to actually do is take the sucker punch. So these words that broke me, they're like a punch in the gut, a punch in the heart. I have cried, I'm not ashamed to admit that. I've been on my knees, I've been wailing in despair from the hurtful things and hurtful words that have been thrown in my direction, but they made me a grittier, better man. Not a cynical man, a realist, a no bullshitter. Because I'd rather be giving it straight, and I'd rather give it straight to people at the same time, because I can take it. It's that famous thing of learn to say no, but also learn to take the no as well. Learn to reject, but also learn to be rejected at the same time. Whatever words that broke you, write them down in the comments below, and let's rally together and let's be helpful to one another to not reframe, but to show that it's a load of bullshit. Because mostly these people who've said these things are dreadfully insecure, dreadfully toxic, evil, narcissistic, and with agenda. Not one of the people who've said these hurtful things, or any hurtful things to me, have ever gone on to live lives that I'm envious of, gone on to achieve something of significance, or are in and around my lives right now at all. They've moved on. I've moved on. And we grow. Sometimes we're young and stupid on the playground and at high school. Sometimes we say it when we're drunk. Sometimes we do things that we regret. But I know for sure, if you're like me, you wouldn't say these hurtful things because you're not a hurtful, vindictive, nasty person. They are. So if you've been hurt by similar words or these exact words, understand it was a good thing. And that's not toxic positivity. It was a good thing to feel. It's a good thing to have your emotions and express them. Because through the sadness, the pain, and the breaking of our psyche and ego comes the repairing and the ability to get ourselves back up again. When I ever have a depressive episode or I feel really down, drained, fed up, burnt out, I give up on the day. And by the evening, I just want to curl up into bed and just forget about the world. And then I wake up and go again. And that's exactly what you need to do. You might not be able to do it the next day, but it's about going again. showing up, trying something new, getting outside your comfort zone, exploring all options. The first hurtful thing that someone told me that broke me was, "You're not good enough." Started all the way in high school. You're not good enough to take this test paper because you're not smart enough. You're not good enough to be in this friendship circle. You're not good enough to be invited to this party. You're not good enough to be in business. You're not good enough to get this job. You're not good enough to get a house. You're not good enough to have a partner, etc. Who determines what's good? Who determines what's enough? What the hell does good enough even mean? It's only taken me to this stage in my life to realize that it's all bullshit. People who are nasty, vindictive, bullies, and cynical, and see that you're happy, see that you're progressing well, would love to wipe the smile off your face. Why? Because of their own inner demons, their insecurities, and their vindictiveness and mental health issues. I've been on top of the world, and my closest friends, some family, people, have told me I am not good enough. What would that do? Well, it would break me in the past. It will show me that I'm holding on to the value and opinion of others. But then through the journey of life, through my course and walking away, standing up for myself, debunking a lot of bullshit, I realized that why do I hold anyone's opinion higher than my own? Why do I want to beg to be part of something where they'll never accept me? What does good enough even mean? And then I realized if I'm good enough to me, I'm good enough to my standards, and I'm good enough to what I enjoy and what I accept, that's all that matters. I stopped chasing people. I stopped chasing validation. I stopped needing attention. I stopped begging. My life transformed as a result. So if you've ever been told you're not good enough, what does good enough even mean? And who are they to determine that? Good enough is your own standards. Have standards, for God's sake. And of course, be accountable. If I'm a sloth and overweight and disgusting and not doing anything, that's a different story. But if I'm trying, if I'm networking, if I'm putting myself out there, and fools are telling me I'm not good enough, they're right. I'm not good enough for them. And it doesn't mean I'm too good for them, but I'm good enough for my own tribe, for my own journey, for my own standards. That's all you need. And that's all I've ever needed as well. This one is a very interesting one. And it stems back to high school. There were a group of mean girls in my school that saw that I was confident, saw that I had belief in myself. I was extroverted at the time. And they broke me by saying, "You're ugly and unattractive." It didn't hit me until years afterwards, when I struggled with dating in my teens, continued to struggle with dating in my early to mid-20s, and I never really had a serious relationship until my late 20s. And if you've been following my channel, you know how that went. It was a disaster. It was a toxic relationship. But every date, every potential partner at the time, which was never right for me, every time I tried to put myself out there and everything, I had that voice inside of me saying, "You're unattractive. You're ugly." And she even said back in high school, "No woman's ever going to want to be with you. Also, I dread to think what woman will end up with you." Yeah, that broke me, not immediately, but eventually. And I carried that guilt and shame and negativity with me. Then I tried to prove her wrong by dating and, becoming a bit of an idiot and party guy and, arrogant and cocky. And then I matured, was humbled by a toxic relationship, and realized that I was good enough for the right person. As a man, you don't need to go sow your oats or sleep around, and as a woman, you don't need to be conventionally attractive by what society and social media says. Attraction is about being well-groomed, in decent enough shape, and unapologetically yourself. The moment I accepted all of those things, I attracted one of the most beautiful women I've ever met, who I'm proud to call my fiancée. And you can do the same. Lastly, this one is a very common one. We hear it from teachers, family, friends, and even partners sometimes. You will never amount to anything. I've heard that a few times in my life, and haven't heard it for a while, but when we fail in our lives and make mistakes and go through slumps, and as an entrepreneur, that happens very often, it keeps you awake at night. It makes your stomach churn. It gives you anxiety. But then when you pull it back, what does amounting to something mean? Traditionally, through society, we think of doctors and lawyers and builders and checking boxes, getting married and buying a house and so on. But that could all be taken away, God forbid, from you. You can screw it up by having an affair. You can get on a plane and leave everything behind and go move to a beach in Thailand. What does amounting to something really mean? And for me, honestly, amounting to something, and I wasn't gaslighting myself, is working, but not realizing it was work. I get to create videos. I get to meet and network with people through Zoom, through, live calls, all over the world, all backgrounds, all ages. I get to have relationships with people in my community for free. The link's down below. I get to have an impact on someone's life. I'm a 2-time college dropout. I lost a very successful business a couple of years ago. I made a lot of screw-ups in my life. And whilst I'm not where I want to be yet, I've come a long way. Now, if you're lost, and if you've been told that, amounting to something does not mean being a doomer and a loser and a black pillar and blaming society and the matrix and all that bullshit. Amounting to something is being proud of the man or woman you become, but also doing something. No matter what, no matter how. Do something. And look back and see what it will become over time through persistence and discipline. Those words broke me. You might think they're not that harsh, but they broke me. And they were hard to say out loud, but I'm glad I did, because maybe you needed to hear it. And hopefully, whatever words have broken you, you know now how to pick yourself back up again and go again. Maybe not in the same direction, in a different direction. It's all you've got to do. It's as simple and as logical and as practical as that. Are you sick and tired of feeling stuck in life or being weighed down by endless struggles? Maybe you're exhausted from being walked all over, or tired of never having boundaries, or not saying no, walking away, or stuck in toxic cycles and situations. Well, imagine breaking free from all of that, feeling powerful and totally in control of your life. When you work with me, there's no BS, no fluff, just real, personal transformation. Now, you've seen my journey on YouTube about the power of walking away from the wrong people, overcoming addiction, handling grief, empowering myself from being rock bottom. But this isn't about me. This is not my story. This is your story. Imagine having a life on your terms, having a healthier, better relationship, being able to overcome your struggles and actually be at peace and taste happiness, maybe for the first time ever in your life. Now, other coaches fail when it comes to getting real results because they offer you generic advice that is not catered to you. It's a one-size-fits-all program and it's a load of BS. But I'm different.
I listen to you. I take notes. I ask the deep questions and personalize and cater to your needs to take you from where you are now to where you truly want to be. And it's a lot easier and simpler than you think. So here's what I want you to do. If you are genuinely serious about change and personal transformation, book a free discovery call right now down below. And also check out the testimonials from real people and real success stories of men and even women who've turned their lives around thanks to me. There are only limited spots available, to take advantage of this now. And it's only for serious people who are serious about change. So let's not delay. Let's not keep you where you are now, stuck in the same cycles, the same routines for another year. Let's work together and break free together and live life finally on your terms.